good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. What a glorious Sunday morning it is. I love the early morning because it is so peaceful. There are people who are awake because I live in the city, but overall you can hear the birds singing. You can enjoy the stillness, the coolness of the morning, and it just stirs in me an attitude of gratitude. The garden is looking so neat and tidy. And it is so bright and beautiful, perfumed by these wonderful bouquet of roses that are being created by my rose bush, Olivia Rose. But as I look out into the garden, I can see my David Austin rose, Olivia Rose Austin, has bloomed. She's new to the garden. I just got her a couple of months back, planted her in the pot, because I wasn't sure where I wanted to put her. But now she has this place of honor in the center of the garden. And she showed up, small and dainty, and with blooms, at least 3 for right now, and many more to come. This is the month of June. And for me here in my northeast garden, zone 6, this is the time of the roses. This is when the roses take over and fill the garden with so much color, beauty, smell, and life. I really enjoy this time in my garden. The rose that you see there, that's my knockout rose that was given to me by my husband a couple of years back. We actually went crazy in purchasing knockout roses, and red roses at that. Here on the deck, it is starting to take form. A lot of the seedlings have been removed, and instead we are adding containers filled with beautiful flowers that complement the climbing roses that surround the deck, which used to be my workstation. Yes, I still do have some seedlings, like my marigolds, my basil, and I'm trying out African violets, or African daisies, I should say. The African daisy. That's new for me. I also have a new rose that I got at Lowe's yesterday. And I got it 50% off. If you want to get plants now, now's the time to visit Rose and go to the clearance section. This one is called Moonlight Romantica Rose, and it's a bloomable rose. I know that it's going to be a wonderful addition to my garden because it is a yellow rose, a nice creamy yellow, and I don't have one of these in my garden. It's a hybrid tea rose, and it's very full with large blooms. If it's anything like Pinkable and Mother of Pearl rose, then we're in for a treat. My calla lilies from Costco are now leafing up and out, and I'm excited to see what colors come up. It's supposed to be purple and white. We will see, because it will complement my planter that I filled up here with annuals. But as I said, the deck is taking form, and we have the containers filled. But what is so spectacular is my Eden climbing rose that showed up, and also the Westerland rose. But what I've discovered is that the Eden climbing rose faces us here inside of the deck, or towards the deck, with its full, beautiful blooms. On the other side, facing the garden, is my Westerland rose. That is a climber as well, and that gives a different color, or a similar color, to the Cornelia climbing rose. So it's beautiful. They're actually working out together as they partner together. You can see Westerland. Westerland is more of a coral color. And then Eden climbing rose is this beautiful, gentle, soft pink, luscious color. Here in the middle of June, the garden is taking on a very beautiful appearance. The lawn still looks great. It's well cut and manicured. The hydrangeas are starting to bud out, and I am going to have some flowers, which is so fantastic to see. And overall, everything is looking very good. It's all coming together. What I want to show you is here in this bed. As you come down the stairs, you can see that I've changed out the pot, put some more annuals in that. But there's something I want to show you. that in this bed I planted out the annuals that I planted from the winter seeding, the winter pots, the cleome, and I also planted out cosmos from seed that I started from seed, the seedlings, zinnias, hollyhock, amaranth, and a few other things as well. There in this bed also you will find the foxgloves. No, hollyhock I said, right? Well, we'll have to see when they all come up. And then in the back corner I planted a perennial hibiscus. So we'll have to see that soon, but know that it's coming. But what makes this bed shine right now are the roses. And then we have the anticipation of the Casablanca lilies. Look how tall they are in this bed. I also have there the Madonna lily. I finally found out what it was. It is the Madonna lily. Isn't that beautiful? The garden is just so beautiful, so peaceful, so calm in the morning. So let me give you a closer look at my David Austin rose. Olivia Rose Austin. Here she is. So delicate and beautiful. You can tell the difference between her and the Eden Climbing Rose. The petals are pastel and very pinky. For some reason, a cleome was sewn in here. I don't know how it got there, but there it is. And this one gives a full indication of what the blooms will look like when they're fully developed. Very pretty. That's my tour of Olivia Austin Rose. When I first put her down in this location, she was reaching towards the sun in this direction. So I had to turn the pot around so that she will be balanced. So that's why you see that gap. But I'm sure as time goes on, she will develop leaves facing the sun, and it will be more rounded. But in the meantime, this is just very beautiful. In this section, the cannas are coming up, and I am so pleased with that, to see the cannas. And over here, the dahlias are starting to show up as well. Along with the fruits, I have peaches. I don't know what's happening with them. I know I'm going to have to spray it again. But also, we're anticipating the lilies, the Casablanca lilies that are growing tall. But this back bed, or side corner back bed, has really come into its own. It's so beautiful. Let's take a closer look. Here in this back corner bed, everything is grown in and grown out. And we made it a little bit more tidier by actually putting down some mulch to remove some of the weeds. We don't need them anymore as fillers because the garden has filled out itself. Here I have a stilbe that is about to bloom. And the center of the bed, that is goat's beard. And it really is the featured plant for this time in this bed. The hostas showed up, and I love the different variations, types of hosta that fill this bed. And they all have meaning and significance for me. Something I want to show you here in this pot. Remember when I planted the elephant ear? Well, here's one. It's starting to show up. I also planted in this pot the alyssum, the sweet alyssum from seed. And that too has been blooming and giving a beautiful fragrance. In this pot is my Tropicana Canna that is returning from last year. I was able to save it, and now it's here about to release its full beauty. I love the contrast against the deep green leaves of the hosta. It's going to stand up and stand out and be beautiful here. I love also the fact that these leaves of my bearded iris are looking so healthy and beautiful. That this right here, this is just a beautiful, beautiful combination of different leaves, textures, style, all of that. Tucked in this garden, I also have another canna that I saved from last year, and it's right there, hidden. You can see fern, and that fern was from my mother's garden. And here I have calla lily that is coming up, which will give color as well, and a tropical vibe. That's the idea. That's for the summer. I love the big leaves, and I love the variegated leaves. and the different colors here. Here is another canna that is leafing out. This is a new addition to the garden. It's going to be very beautiful. My elegance hosta, hosta is right there. And I love how it looks against the arborvitae. Very beautiful. Here in my circle of hosta, my Japanese maple has been just taking center stage here, looking as beautiful as ever. And I really am happy with this choice of location for my Japanese maple. In it, tucked away, I have calla lilies. So later on, we're going to have some color popping in amongst the green. I'm so excited for that. For this month, I have really been featuring this garden, which I call my jewel garden. And the roses have been just doing fantastic here. Other things are coming up now. This is my Verbena bonariensia that I planted from seed. And I can't wait to see it flower. This is a stilbe that I transplanted from different parts of the garden. The violas are doing very well. They're holding up, and I love it. These are alliums. I forget the name of them. They may be the Globe Master alliums, I think. There were 4 of them, but only 3 of them seem to be remaining. And then, of course, my beautiful mother pearl rose. Now, I seeded in here that wildflower mix. I just wanted to see what I would get. And what I got was a lot of cosmos, different types of cosmos in amongst this area. I like it because of the fact that the leaves are very delicate of the cosmos. And so they will add beauty. And when the roses are finished, which will be soon, check this out. the cosmos will take over and add some color here. My spirea is doing very well. I love how the spirea changes over time, and I love this flower. It complements the mother of pearl flower or rose so well. I am just so pleased with this bed. Over here, you can also see the California poppies coming up and the other wildflowers. Yes, there's some weeds in there too, but they look good. I have some geraniums here in pots. Just wanted them to have a sunny spot to grow out. And this is such a blessing. My oak leaf hydrangea. It returned and I'm so thankful. I think that I'm going to add that other rose here, right here, that I have up there on the deck that I just purchased. I think I'm going to add it to this front garden and put it right here in this corner, right where that geranium is. Could you imagine having such beautiful roses just filling this whole area from end to end? I have to say that I'm extremely pleased with how the garden has evolved for this year in this month of June, and I am enjoying every stage of it. I definitely love the roses. I am so pleased with how everything is looking. At this time of year, everything is so fresh and green and alive and beautiful. I feel so blessed to be given this gift of this garden, my urban cottage garden. If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. And join me for the continuation of this journey for 2022 here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.